I'm so glad to be with you today. I want to talk about something that's going to challenge you, stretch you, and help you unlock the power you've always had within you. Have you ever found yourself facing opposition, dealing with negativity, or feeling like there's something standing in your way? We've all been there. But today, I want to remind you, you don't have to fight your enemies the way the world tells you to. I believe that true victory comes when you destroy your enemy without even lifting a finger. Yes, I said it, without fighting. You see, the world might say you need to fight back, get even, or prove a point. But I'm here to tell you there's a better way. A way where you rise above, where you take the higher road, where your inner peace, strength, and faith become your weapons. When you choose not to engage in the battle, you are already winning. You're walking in the favor of God. And His favor will make a way where there seems to be no way. So today, we're going to talk about how to rise up, how to trust God to handle the battle, and how to destroy your enemies in a way that leaves them wondering what just happened. Let's get ready to step into a life of peace, power, and victory that comes from trusting in a higher plan. Are you ready? Victory is not always about fighting back or confronting the challenges head on. It often begins with something deeper within us, a sense of inner strength. This strength is built on the foundation of peace, confidence, and faith, all of which are essential for overcoming any enemy in your life. When you focus on developing these qualities, you allow yourself to rise above the situations and people that seek to bring you down. True victory doesn't come from defeating others. It comes from mastering yourself, from standing firm in your own power, and from recognizing that the battle is not always external, but internal. And the first step in cultivating inner strength is peace. Peace is the quiet resolve in your heart that no matter what comes your way, you will remain calm. It is not about avoiding challenges or ignoring conflict, but about choosing how you respond to them. Peace allows you to step back and assess the situation clearly without being clouded by anger or frustration. When you have peace, you don't feel the need to react impulsively or defensively. Instead, you choose to respond with wisdom and composure. This inner peace becomes a shield that protects you from external negativity and turbulence. It keeps you grounded, centered, and focused on your purpose rather than being distracted by the chaos around you. Confidence is the second pillar of inner strength. Confidence is not arrogance, nor is it about boasting. True confidence comes from knowing who you are and what you stand for. It comes from understanding your own worth and abilities. Regardless of what others may say or do, when you are confident, you do not need the approval or validation of others to feel secure. You know your value, and you trust yourself to make the right decisions. This kind of confidence is built over time through self-awareness, positive self-talk, and consistent action. It's about trusting that you are capable of handling any challenge, no matter how difficult it may seem. Confidence gives you the courage to move forward, even when the path is uncertain, knowing that you have everything within you to succeed. Faith is the final element of inner strength. Faith is the belief that something greater than yourself is guiding you, protecting you, and working on your behalf. It's the trust that even when things don't make sense, even when the road is rough, there is a higher purpose at work. Faith allows you to release the need to control every aspect of your life and instead trust that things will unfold as they are meant to. Faith is what gives you the resilience to keep going when the world tells you to quit. It is the assurance that you are not alone in your struggles, that there is a force beyond your understanding that is working in your favor. With faith, you know that no matter how fierce the battle may seem, the victory is already yours, because you are aligned with a power greater than anything you could face on your own. When you focus on cultivating these three qualities, peace, confidence, and faith, you begin to develop a deep inner strength that no external enemy can diminish. The truth is, most of the time, our greatest battles are not fought with other people, but with ourselves. We fight against our own fears, doubts, insecurities, and weaknesses. The enemy we face is often the voice inside our heads that tells us we're not good enough, not strong enough, or not capable of overcoming our circumstances. But when we focus on building peace within ourselves, we quiet that inner voice of negativity. When we strengthen our confidence, we shut down the doubts and insecurities that try to hold us back. And when we place our faith in something greater, we release the fear that keeps us stuck. As you begin to focus on inner strength, something powerful happens. You stop reacting to the world around you. You stop letting external forces control your emotions and decisions. Instead, you take control of your own mind, body, and spirit. Your peace keeps you steady when others are shaken. Your confidence empowers you to take action in the face of uncertainty. And your faith allows you to move forward with trust, knowing that you are guided every step of the way. This doesn't mean that challenges won't come your way. Life will always have its obstacles, and people may still try to tear you down. But when you have cultivated inner strength, those challenges no longer feel like insurmountable barriers. They become opportunities for growth, tests of your resilience, and reminders that you are capable of more than you think. With peace, confidence, and faith, you are equipped to face whatever comes your way with grace and poise. You no longer need to fight in the traditional sense, for your strength lies in your ability to stay centered and rise above. The truth is, when you focus on inner strength, you begin to see the world differently. You stop seeing people as enemies and situations as battles to be won. Instead, you start to see them as opportunities to practice your peace, confidence, and faith. The more you practice these qualities, the more you realize that the victory was never about defeating others. It was about defeating the negativity within yourself. It's about rising to a higher level of understanding, maturity, and personal growth. It's about realizing that the power you need to overcome any challenge was always within you. You just needed to tap into it. Building inner strength is not something that happens overnight. It takes time, patience, and a commitment to your own personal growth. But with each day that you focus on cultivating peace, confidence, and faith, you get closer to becoming the person you were always meant to be. You become stronger, more resilient, and more capable of handling whatever life throws your way. And as you continue on this journey, you'll find that you don't need to fight your enemies. They will either fall away on their own or be transformed by the power of your peace, confidence, and faith. In the end, victory is not about defeating others. It's about mastering yourself. It's about becoming the person who can face any challenge with grace and strength, knowing that no matter what comes your way, you are more than equipped to handle it. When you cultivate peace, confidence, and faith, you unlock the power to destroy your enemy without ever lifting a finger, because the real battle was never about fighting. It was about growing into the best version of yourself. Negativity is an inevitable part of life. It comes from all directions, people, situations, even our own thoughts. But the way we choose to respond to negativity determines our path forward. Rising above negativity is not about avoiding conflict altogether, nor is it about suppressing our emotions. It's about refusing to let negativity dictate our actions, thoughts, and outcomes. Instead of engaging in petty arguments, fighting back, or trying to prove a point, we have a far more powerful option. Let your actions and success speak louder than any words of criticism or negativity thrown your way. The first step in rising above negativity is recognizing that conflict doesn't always need to be confronted head on. Often when we engage in conflict, whether with others or with ourselves, we invest time and energy into something that doesn't serve us or our goals. When we meet negativity with negativity, we enter a cycle of destruction. The more we engage, the more drained we become, and the more we lose sight of what truly matters. It's easy to get caught up in the desire to be heard, to be right, or to defend ourselves. But the truth is, fighting negativity only perpetuates it. It keeps us in a place where we are constantly reactive, constantly defending our position, and constantly allowing others to dictate the terms of the conversation. But there's a better way. When you rise above negativity, you stop giving your power away to those who seek to drag you down. Instead of fighting back with words or actions, you let your results speak for themselves. Your success becomes your greatest weapon. When you focus on being the best version of yourself, on pursuing your goals with dedication and passion, the negativity around you fades into the background. You stop needing to respond to every slight, every criticism, and every attempt to bring you down. You simply keep moving forward. This doesn't mean that you ignore the negativity completely. It means that you no longer allow it to influence your behavior or derail your focus. Recognize that negativity often stems from a place of insecurity, jealousy, or fear. People who are unhappy with their own lives tend to project that unhappiness onto others. They try to pull you into their negativity because it makes them feel better about their own situations. But when you refuse to engage, when you choose not to meet them at their level, you take away their power over you. You showed them, and more importantly yourself, that you are not defined by their words, their judgments, or their attempts to pull you down. When you rise above negativity, you also learn to shift your focus. Instead of pouring energy into what others think or say, you direct your attention toward what truly matters: your goals, your dreams, and your purpose. Your success comes not from winning arguments or proving others wrong, but from relentlessly pursuing the life you are meant to live. When you are focused on your journey, on your personal growth, and on becoming the best version of yourself, the opinions of others lose their grip on you. Their negativity no longer holds the power to affect your state of mind because your vision is clear and your focus is unwavering. Rising above negativity also involves cultivating a mindset that refuses to be bogged down by setbacks or failures. In life, there will always be challenges. There will always be people who doubt you, who criticize you, or who try to undermine your efforts. But when you rise above negativity, you learn to view these challenges as opportunities rather than obstacles. You recognize that setbacks are a part of the process, that failure is often the best teacher, and that every difficulty you face is shaping you into a stronger, more resilient person. Instead of letting negativity push you into self-doubt or fear, you use it as fuel to keep going. You allow the criticisms to motivate you to prove to yourself and the world that you are capable of achieving greatness, regardless of the opinions or obstacles that stand in your way. One of the most powerful ways to rise above negativity is by embodying the qualities of grace and humility. When you choose not to engage in conflict, when you choose not to retaliate, you demonstrate a level of strength that is rare and admirable. It's easy to fight back, to argue, to defend yourself, but it takes true strength to remain composed, to rise above the petty battles, and to show the world that you are not defined by the negativity of others. By maintaining your integrity and staying true to your values, you become a beacon of light in a world that often seeks to pull people into darkness. Your ability to rise above negativity without losing your grace is one of the most profound ways to influence others and to create lasting change. As you continue to rise above negativity, you will find that the people who once sought to drag you down are no longer able to do so. The more you refuse to engage in the conflict, the more the negativity loses its grip. Eventually, those who have been caught in their own cycle of negativity will either change their approach or move on, because they realize that you are not someone they can manipulate or provoke. The more you focus on your own path and your own growth, the less power others have over you. Your actions speak louder than words, and your success becomes the ultimate response to anyone who ever doubted you. Letting your actions and success speak for themselves does not mean you are passive or indifferent. It means you are choosing to put your energy into creating something that matters, something that is meaningful, and something that will stand the test of time. It means that instead of expending energy on fighting negativity, you direct that energy into building a future that reflects your true potential. Your success becomes your legacy, and when others see the fruit of your labor, They will be forced to acknowledge your strength, your perseverance, and your resilience. It's important to remember that rising above negativity is not about being perfect or flawless. It's about being true to yourself, about staying committed to your vision, and about refusing to let the opinions or actions of others dictate your life. By refusing to engage in unnecessary conflict, you create space for your true self to shine. You stop letting negativity define you and start defining your own path. In doing so, you not only rise above negativity, but you also inspire others to do the same. When you make the decision to let your actions and success speak louder than the negativity around you, you are not just rising above challenges, you are transforming the way you interact with the world. You are showing others that peace, strength, and resilience are far more powerful than any argument or confrontation. And in the process, you build a life that is grounded in purpose, passion, and unwavering belief in your ability to achieve greatness. Trusting God's timing can be one of the most difficult lessons to learn, especially in a world that values immediacy, quick results, and constant progress. We live in a society that tells us we should have everything now, whether it's success, answers, or resolution to our problems. But true peace comes when we learn to let go of control, when we release our desire to force things to happen and allow divine favor to work in our lives. Trusting God's timing is about understanding that there is a higher plan at work, one that may not always align with our own timeline, but one that is far better and more fulfilling than anything we could orchestrate ourselves. The first thing we must understand about trusting God's timing is that it requires patience. Patience isn't just about waiting. It's about the ability to wait without anxiety, frustration, or doubt. It's about remaining steadfast and confident that things are unfolding exactly as they should. This doesn't mean that waiting is easy or that there won't be moments of uncertainty, but when we trust in God's timing, we acknowledge that there is a reason for the delays, for the moments when things don't go according to our plan. We begin to see that the waiting period is not wasted. It's a time of preparation, a time when God is aligning things behind the scenes, working in ways we can't always see or understand. Letting go of control is a critical part of this process. So often, we try to manage every aspect of our lives, trying to force things to happen in our own time. We want the promotion, the relationship, the success, and we want it now. We think that if we just push a little harder, make a few more calls, or do a little more, we can make it happen. But the truth is, some things are simply not within our control, and forcing them into place can often create more harm than good. When we try to control everything, we shut ourselves off from the power of God's plan, which is far more powerful than anything we can manufacture on our own. By releasing the need for control, we open ourselves up to something much greater. Trusting God's timing means believing that everything is happening for our good, even when it doesn't seem that way in the moment. We may not always understand why certain things don't work out the way we planned, but God's timing is perfect, and His understanding of the bigger picture is far beyond our own. Sometimes what we think is a setback is actually a setup for something greater. We might be rejected from a job we really wanted or face a hardship we didn't anticipate, but God's timing allows us to grow stronger through those experiences, preparing us for something even better down the road. We don't always see the pieces coming together while we're in the middle of it, but in retrospect, we often realize that every setback, every delay, and every challenge was part of a larger plan, a plan that was designed to bring us exactly where we needed to be. Another important aspect of trusting God's timing is understanding that divine favor plays a role in our journey. God's favor is not based on our merit or how hard we work. It's a gift. It's His way of opening doors, creating opportunities, and moving us forward when we don't have the strength or the resources to do it ourselves. When we try to control our path and push for what we want in our own timing, we often overlook the possibility that God is already positioning us for success in ways we can't see. We don't need to force things. We simply need to trust that His favor is working in our lives, even when the results aren't immediate or obvious. God's favor has a way of opening doors that we couldn't open on our own, and closing doors that would have led us down paths we didn't need to go. When we trust in God's timing, we allow His favor to handle the battles for us, moving us forward in ways we couldn't have predicted. Trusting God's timing also involves a deep sense of surrender. It's a willingness to let go of our expectations, our deadlines, and our desires for instant gratification. It's about saying, God, I trust that you know what's best for me, even when I don't fully understand it. Surrender and control doesn't mean giving up on our dreams or our goals. It means trusting that God will bring them to fruition in His perfect time in ways that are better than we could have imagined. When we let go, we stop fighting against the flow of life. Instead of trying to force things to happen, we learn to flow with the current, trusting that the timing of the universe will align everything for our good. This surrender also means accepting that God's plan may look different from our own. We may have a very specific idea of how we want things to unfold, but often God's plan is broader, richer, and more fulfilling than anything we could design on our own. We might want things to happen a certain way, but God sees the full picture. His timing is not bound by our limited understanding. And sometimes we need to trust that what He has for us is better than what we've been holding on to. When we learn to release our tight grip on our plans and trust that God's plans are better, we allow ourselves to experience true freedom and peace. God's timing also teaches us to develop a sense of trust and reliance on Him. It's easy to become self-reliant in a world that values independence and self-sufficiency, but the truth is that we were never meant to do life alone. Trusting God's timing requires us to acknowledge that we need Him, that His wisdom and guidance are essential for our journey. It's about leaning into His direction, His wisdom, and His timing, even when things don't make sense. It's about acknowledging that He has a purpose for our lives, and His timing is always aligned with that purpose. As we trust God's timing, we begin to see that it is always working for our good. We may not understand the delays or the detours, but every step of the journey is part of the greater plan that God has for us. The waiting, the uncertainty, and the lack of immediate answers become opportunities to grow in our trust, in our patience, and in our faith. We learn to stop striving, stop pushing, and start surrendering to the flow of God's will, knowing that He will bring about everything in His perfect time. It's important to remember that trusting God's timing doesn't mean we sit back and do nothing. It doesn't mean we stop working toward our goals or giving our best effort. It simply means that we stop trying to control the outcome and we trust that God will move us forward at the right moment. We do our part, but we leave the rest to Him. We trust that when the time is right, doors will open, opportunities will arise, and we will be positioned for success in ways that only divine favor can orchestrate. And in that trust, we find peace, knowing that God is always working behind the scenes, handling the battles for us, and bringing about His perfect plan for our lives. You see, friends, the greatest victory is not in fighting, but in rising above the challenges and letting your life speak for itself. When you choose peace, when you choose confidence, when you choose faith, you are already walking in a power that no enemy can touch. Your success, your joy, your peace, they are all the greatest weapons you can wield. The enemy may try to knock you down, but when you walk in the favor of God, no weapon formed against you will prosper. So today, I want you to leave here with this reminder. You don't have to fight the battles the way the world tells you to. Your victory is already sealed. Keep trusting, keep believing, and keep moving forward in peace and purpose. God has already handled the fight for you. You are walking in favor, and your enemies will fall away because the power inside you is greater than anything you will ever face. Now go out there, be the best version of yourself, and let your actions and success destroy every enemy that stands in your way. The battle is already won. You've got this, and God's got you.